Hello, Jojo the Thrifty Teacher, here with another, here with more of My Father's Dragon. Okay, it's been a while since we've read from it, but I wanted to tell you. Okay, so if you don't remember, My Father's Dragon is about this boy, right, who goes to Wild Island to rescue a baby dragon. Okay? All right, here we go. So this is, remember about the bubble gum and the tiger, and he tricked the tiger so they wouldn't eat him? Okay, chapter 6. My father meets a rhinoceros. My father soon found a trail leading away from the clearing. All sorts of animals might be using it too, but he decided to follow the trail no matter what he met because it might lead to the dragon. He kept a sharp lookout in front and behind and went on. Just as he was feeling quite safe, he came around a curve right behind the two wild boars. One of them was saying to the other, "Did you know that the tortoises thought they saw Monkey carrying his sick grandmother to the doctor's last night? But Monkey's grandmother died a week ago, so they must have seen something else. I wonder what it was." "I told you that there was an invasion afoot," said the other boar, "and I intend to find out what it is. I simply can't stand invasions." Neither, said a tiny little voice. "I mean, me neither." And my father knew that the mouse was there too. "Well," said the first boar, "you search the trail up this way to the dragon. I'll go back down the other way through the big clearing, and we'll send Mouse to watch the ocean rocks in case the invasion should decide to go away before we find it." Oh my gosh, look at that rhino. My father hid behind a mahogany tree just in time, and the first boar walked right past him. My father waited for the other boar to get a head start on him, but he didn't wait very long because he knew that when the first boar saw the tigers chewing gum in the clearing, they'd be even more suspicious. Soon the trail crossed a little brook, and my father, who by this time was very thirsty, stopped to get a drink of water. He still had on his rubber boots, so he waded into the little pool of water and was stooping down when something quite sharp picked him up by the seat of the pants and shook him very hard. "Don't you know that's my private weeping pool?" said a deep, angry voice. My father couldn't see who was talking because he was hanging in the air right above the pool. But he said, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that everybody had a private weeping pool." "Everybody doesn't," said the angry voice, "but I do because I have such a big thing to weep about, and I drown everybody I find using my weeping pool." With that, the animal tossed my father up and down over the water. "What is it that you weep about so much?" asked my father, trying to get his breath, and he thought over all the things he had in his pack. "Oh, I have many things to weep about, but the biggest thing is the color of my tusk." My father squirmed every which way, trying to get to see the tusk, but it was through the seat of his pants where he couldn't possibly see it. "When I was a young rhinoceros, my tusk was pearly white," said the animal, and then my father knew that he was hanging by the seat of his pants from a rhinoceros tusk. "But it had turned a nasty yellow gray in my old age, and I find it very ugly. You see, everything else about me is ugly, but when I had a beautiful tusk, I didn't worry so much about the rest. Now that my tusk is ugly too, I can't sleep nights just thinking about how completely ugly I am, and I weep all the time. But why should I be telling you these things? I caught you using my pool, and now I'm going to drown you." "Oh, wait a minute, rhinoceros," said my father. "I have some things that will make your tusk all white and beautiful again. Just let me down, and I'll give them to you." The rhinoceros said, "You do? I can hardly believe it. Why, I'm so excited." He put my father down and danced around in a circle when my father got out the tube of toothpaste and the toothbrush. "Now," said my father, "just move your tusk a little nearer, please, and I'll show you how to begin." My father wet the brush in the pool, squeezed down a dab of toothpaste, and scrubbed very hard in one tiny spot. Then he told the rhinoceros to wash it off, and when the pool was calm again, he told the rhinoceros to look in the water and see how white that little spot was. It was hard to see in the dim light of the jungle, but sure enough, the spot shone pearly white, just like new. The rhinoceros was so pleased that he grabbed the toothbrush and began scrubbing violently, forgetting all about my father. Just then my father heard hoof steps, and he jumped behind the rhinoceros. It was the boar coming back from the big clearing where the tigers were chewing gum. The boar looked at the rhinoceros and at the toothbrush and at the tube of toothpaste, and then he scratched his ear on a tree. "Tell me, rhinoceros," he said, "where did you get that fine tube of toothpaste and that toothbrush?" "Too busy," said the rhinoceros, and he went on brushing as hard as he could. The boar sniffed angrily and trotted down the trail toward the dragon, muttering to himself. Very suspicious. Tiger's too busy chewing gum. Rhinoceros is too busy brushing his tusk. Must get hold of the invasion. Don't like it one bit, not one bit. It's upsetting everyone terribly. Wonder what it's doing here anyway. Oh my God, that's so cute. We'll read one more chapter. Chapter 7. My father meets a lion. My father waved goodbye to the rhinoceros, who was much too busy to notice, got a drink further down the brook, and waded back to the trail. He hadn't gone very far when he heard an angry animal roaring. Dang, blast it! I told you not to go blackberrying yesterday. Won't you ever learn? What will your mother say? My father crept along and peered into a small clearing just ahead. A lion was prancing about, clawing at his mane, which was all snarled and full of blackberry twigs. The more he clawed, the worse it became, and the madder he grew, and the more he yelled at himself, because it was himself he was yelling at all the time. My father could see that the trail went through the clearing, so he decided to crawl around the edge in the underbrush and not disturb the lion. He crawled, and the yelling grew louder and louder. Just as he was about to reach the trail on the other side, the yelling suddenly stopped. My father looked around and saw the lion glaring at him. The lion charged and skidded to a stop a few inches away. Who are you? The lion yelled at my father. My name is Elmer Elevator. Where do you think you're going? I'm going home, said father. That's what you think, said the lion. Ordinarily, I'd save you for afternoon tea, but I happen to be upset enough and hungry enough to eat you right now. And he picked up my father in his front paws to feel how fat he was. My father said, Oh, please, lion, before you eat me, tell me why you're so particularly upset today. It's my mane, said the lion, as he was figuring out how many bites the boy would take. You see what a dreadful mess it is? I don't seem to be able to do anything about it. My mother is coming over on the dragon this afternoon, and if she sees me this way, I'm afraid she'll stop my allowance. She can't stand messy manes, but I'm going to eat you now, so it won't make any difference for you. Oh, wait a minute, said my father, and I'll give you just the thing you need to make your mane all tidy and beautiful. I have them here in my pack. You do, said the lion. Well, give them to me, and perhaps I'll save you for afternoon tea after all. And he put my father down on the ground. My father opened the pack and took out the comb and the brush and the 7 hair ribbons of different colors. Look, he said, I'll show you what to do on your forelock where you can watch me. First, you brush a while, then you comb, and then you brush again until all the twigs and snarls are gone. Then you divide it up into 3 and braid it like this and tie a ribbon around the end. As my father was doing this, the lion watched very carefully, and he began to look much happier. When my father tied on the ribbon, he was all smiles. Oh, that's wonderful, really wonderful, said the lion. Let me have the comb and the brush and see if I can do it. So my father gave him the comb and the brush, and the lion busily groomed his mane. As a matter of fact, he was so busy that he didn't even know that my father left. Look at how cute he is. Oh my gosh. All right. Chapter 8. We're going to save it. My father meets a gorilla. Look at this look at him. That's the same thing that's on the cover. Hold on. I'll show you the cover. This is why I originally got this book too. Oh my gosh. Look at him with his little bows. Look at his little bows. That's so cute. Okay. So there's the reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I really, really like this book. It was a Newbery winner or Newbery Honor book and an ALA notable book. So cute. I'm JoJo Thrift. I do have a Whatnot show on Sunday, my first one, this Sunday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, which I think that might be the same time for the West Coast. For the East Coast, I'm 3 hours behind y'all. It's fashion jewelry, $2 starts. Please come and join. JoJo Vincent is the name on Whatnot. And I hope you enjoyed the reading. Have a good day.